Hello and welcome to Jellyman to Ironman, folks. Good to see you back. It is the new year. I'm back on my own. I know I have Mike here on the first video, but I've been off grid a few days now, and some of the fans they're getting right at me to get another video out there. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to catch up a little bit with some of the previous days, so I apologise firstly for the length of the video, and secondly for the scruffiness of my beard. But this video, I promise, won't be as boring as the ones where Mike was here. I know he tried very much to be interesting, but what he was talking about in North Berwick and Bass Rock, I don't know. So we'll get into it. On the 2nd of January, me, the wife, and Mike actually did go for a skiing lesson. We're all three of us skiing on a nice holiday together later this month. So we thought it'd be best get a practice in. Me and Ames haven't skied since January 2016, I think. So we needed to get some practice in. There's a quick look at us smashing it down the hill. I'll throw that in a second, but we did 11,202 steps that day, and here we come going down the hill. Well, there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that. You can see I'm an absolute pro at skiing. So hopefully I won't damage myself when we go later in the month. But on the 3rd was my first day back to work. We did a nice New Year set. I did a New Year set with the girls. So obviously with it being 2018, I used that as the basis for the set. So we did 2050s. And then 1825s, 2050s, and 1875s. So it was quite good. I really enjoyed the first session back. The ladies were all on form, so it's really starting to enjoy that stuff now with them. After that, during the day, I ran down to get Milton's tablets. He's a little allergic dog. He's a poor baby. So he'd ran out of tablets to stop him itching, and I needed to go and get some for him. So I used that as a little opportunity to try and tie in some training as well as doing my chores. So it was one of the worst runs and slowest runs I've ever done. I think because of the skiing before, I was very tight, my calves were sore and my glutes were bad. I know, I whinge, but there you are. Steps that day were really up there. We went 19,538, so really pleased with that. I did make a little video as I was out on the run, so here you go. Just down a little jog now, heading down to Polworth, my old stomping ground. Just have a bit of a, just to pick up Milton's medication, but look at that, just along the canal in Edinburgh. Super pretty, sorry about that quick. Super pretty, you can just see the Pentlands over there. Oh, what a place. There you go again. So I don't know if you could understand that, but you can see I was trying pretty hard, even if I wasn't going really fast, but that's just my running for you. So Thursday the 4th was a turbo day for me, so I pulled me horrible old turbo out of the shed and got myself on that. 60 minutes hard gear for me. I'm trying to do, at the moment it's just a base. I haven't started my real program yet for the Ironman in terms of sort of super planned in stuff. So I'm doing one 60-minute hard gear cycle just for a bit of leg strength. I let it go really hard. Have my revs down by 60, which is I think a little bit unconventional, but I'm going to go with that and just try and build some strength. And then I do another hour and a half bike that's just a little bit easier. Quite probably heart rate's 20 beats per minute lower, a bit more spinny, just longer time on the bike. So yeah, so it was a bit of a grinder on Thursday, on my 60 minutes. I did get off and I did a 1.5 mile run off the bike, so hopefully you'll just be able to see the results here if I'm still getting better at my editing. Steps that day, even with the 1.5 mile run, not fantastic, 8,921, but hopefully good enough. I'm still over my 8,000. That's my regular target. I've not failed on that for a few days now, so that's good. Into the 5th. That was Friday. Friday's my day off, so I was super pleased about that because my legs were still tight from skiing and all that, all that jazz, and my terrible run the day before. So I was really pleased about that. But I do still, on my days off, do the morning routine. Again, if you want to have a look back at the morning routine, then please do. What I'll do is I'll catch up to that, or I'll recap that in a future video, just so you don't have to search through for the morning routine stuff. But I got up really early, did my morning routine before my morning session with the girls, obviously coaching them with swimming. So they were in 6 till 8 in the morning. So I was up 4:45, get my morning routine done, get myself ready and out the door and off to coaching. In the evening, the girls were in 7 o'clock. So in the meantime, with my day off, I had many jobs that had been assigned by the wife, so I had to get them done, including putting our spare bed on Gumtree. So if anyone is in the market for a brown faux leather bed, please do take a look at my advert. Steps on that Friday must have been pretty good, out walking the dog as well, so 14,949. Me and Ames, I think, had made a bit of a go of doing that a few days in a row, so that was good. On the 6th, that was a Saturday, so again, working in the morning, did the morning routine. Then in the afternoon, myself and Ames headed down to the gym and got onto the watt bike for 60 minutes. So again, just did a bit more of a light ride. That was meant to be the one I was talking about before, the 90-minute ride, but we're a bit strapped for time, so did 60 minutes on there. I'm really loving the watt bike. I really find that they're really good for technique, teaching you how to pull and push on the pedals. You can see the on-screen readout with the graph that makes it look like a peanut or a sausage if you're doing better. That's not my description, that's their description. But I hate it. I do hate it as well for just showing me how pitifully weak my legs are. You should be able to see my results picture here, so nobody laugh, please, at that. But it's just what it is. I did have my phone in my pocket while I was on the watt bike, so I'm not going to lie to anybody. The steps look a lot better than they were that day because the watt bike counted every pedal stroke as a step. So I had 16,137, but take off how many you would think an hour's worth of cycling will get you through. On the 7th, we went for a really long walk up in the Pentland Hills. Myself and the wife and Milton. Myself and Ames walked probably more than 8 miles, but I started Strava late, so that only said 7.9 miles. But Milton off the lead a lot of the time, which we love to do with him. He must have done 20 miles, 20, probably more. But you should be able to see a picture of me and Amy, and you should be able to see a picture of my Strava results. So take a minute just to decide which one of them you prefer. I have to say, there's nothing like the Pentland Hills, and we're really fortunate here in Edinburgh. We can walk straight out from our house, and within 15 minutes, we're literally up a hill. And just out in nature really quickly. It's going to be great for me when I do some trail running later in the year. We've bumped into a couple of our good pals that are a little bit braver than us, Kent and Saran, and their little dog Teasel as well. It was great to see them and say Happy New Year and all that sort of stuff, and lovely for me to have a little bit of a rest, if I'm honest. They were looking really good. They're training for Barcelona Ironman as well, so it's good to have a little bit of a push and know that I'm not the only one doing a little bit already, and got to keep myself going, and other people are doing it if I'm not, so I best get out there and do some stuff. Steps for that day were 19,862. And then finally, you'd be very pleased to know we're deep into the video now. This is easily going to be my longest one. But on the 8th, so that was a Sunday, the Monday, I started down the gym with on the watt bike with my 60-minute hard grind turbo. You should again be able to see the results here. Again, don't laugh. I know the wattage is terrible. It was my average watts were 171, I think, and then that was me done. Normally I try and go on the sauna if I'm down the gym, but I was off for a meeting after that, so not much else other than my morning routine as I normally try and do. Not too many steps yesterday, 9,059, but I'm being consistent, getting some good stuff done. And I will just finish by saying I'm absolutely loving doing the morning routine, and I've done it 100% of the days that I've been home. Obviously, we were away over Christmas. I did take a couple of bands with me, and I made up not a very long routine, but just a couple of bits and pieces that I could do over Christmas. And I did get that done every day, but it wasn't the same as being at home. I'm really enjoying getting that. And for those of you that have been closely following, I have been trying to do the Wim Hof cold shower, which again, still doing it, absolutely loving it. It's fantastic. I know a couple of the girls that I work with are trying it as well. It's so hard. I hate being cold, but it's painful on the head. I find it so much easier if I don't put my head under. I don't know whether it's good or bad to have your head under or not, but I try and have it under for as long as I can, and then once I sort of give myself too much brain freeze, I take my head out and try and just stand with a shower on my body for the rest of the time. I did do one the other day, flipping heck. I nearly froze me little pea brain out of my head. It nearly, things shrink when you put cold water on me. Little brain nearly fell out of my ears. But I'm definitely getting better at it. I was up to 25 or 35 seconds the other day once I managed to take my head out. So I'm getting there. Don't forget, folks, give me a bit of a like or a follow or subscribe or something on these videos. I'll have them up here now. You should be able to see those little buttons to just help you do that. But thanks very much for the support. I know there's not too many of you out there watching, but the crowd is growing, and I do appreciate your support. All right, thanks very much. See you now.